This was not a day for knights in shining armour. Instead, an angel of death led the anti-austerity march down Dublin's O'Connell Street. The villains of the afternoon were most certainly Messrs Kenny and Gilmore, as protesters from all over the country carried hundreds of messages of anger at the severity of widespread cuts.
We're trying to send a very strong message to the government that this is not acceptable, that the measures that they're going to bring in December are just going to hurt people more and more and more.
Last week we saw multiple countries across Europe saying no more to austerity, no more to the cuts, and we're having air say today.
We'll be back again for the next few months and months after that until this government falls and until we have a system in place that protects all of the people.
Austerity taxes, no way!
Protesters were joined by leading figures from the anti-austerity movement.
Taxes, no way!
Austerity and the cuts into the living standards and the services of ordinary people is an absolute disaster. Bailing out bondholders and bankers at the expense of working class people and the poor is just causing massive problems, massive unemployment, immigration, real hardship, home health's been taken away from people, and the message is really that people must get up and mobilise and fight.
If the idea was to get the attention of the government before the looming budget of 2013, then the organisers, the Dublin Council of Trade Unions, had done their homework.
It should be seen as a very strong symbol of defiance that we will not accept a budget of cuts and tax hikes, so they should take note.
We want to show support with everybody in this country who feels vulnerable at the minute, given the short-term economic policies that this government is trying to implement, not just in this budget, but every budget since it's been elected, and indeed the Fianna Fáil government before that. The implications of higher education cuts at the minute is having huge effects, not just on students themselves, but on families and the wider community. So we're standing here today in support of everyone who has come out to say that this government needs to really seriously readjust to what the realities of the economic situation facing this country are, and that education is one of the best ways we can get out of this crisis.
At the rally that followed the march, the president of the Irish Congress of Trade Unions, Eugene McClone, was initially booed by protesters. The union president then abandoned his prepared speech and urged the crowd to make their objective a reality.
We'll put this away, and I'm going to tell you how to get a general strike.
The organisers of today's event will undoubtedly be very happy. The estimated turnout is around 30,000 people. The big question remains, will today have any impact on the plans of the government for Budget 2013? Jennifer Holmes, DCUtv.